Hey friends, it's Lena from wiscobujo and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am so excited to share with you all my 2022 February plan with me. My theme for this month is love letters. I am feeling a little under the weather and my voice is kind of raspy, so I probably won't talk as much in this video. So I apologize in advance if my words are a little hard to understand. Alright, so let's move on. So my February 2022 setup is in the same bullet journal that I used to set up my 2022 yearly setup as well as January. Right now I'm just doing a sped up version of making tabs in my bullet journal. So since February is a short month, I only need 5 tabs for this month, which works out perfectly because there are 40 lines in the A5 size of the bullet journal, so each tab is about 8 squares. I feel like adding tabs to my bullet journal is a great way to use all the washi tape that I hoard, and in this case I'm using washi tape from the Washi Tape Shop and Notebook Therapy. It's super exciting because the washi tape is from Notebook Therapy's new Vintage Rose collection, which I believe will release in February. Tomorrow on my channel I will be posting an unboxing of the Vintage Rose collection, so stay tuned for that video. I am also an affiliate of both shops, so you can check out my comments for my discount codes. Every time you use my discount code or use my link, I get a small commission and it helps support my account. Now I am moving on to my cover page, and as I said before, my theme for this month is love letters. It is so funny because I swore I wasn't going to do another pink or Valentine's Day themed, and of course I did because I was just so inspired by this Vintage Rose collection. I was really contemplating a Lunar New Year or bakery theme, but once I received my collection, I was like, nope, I'm going to do another pink theme because these tapes are going to go perfect. It's nice because all of these vintage botanical tapes are more of nude and blush colors, so it's not like screaming at your face type pink. Anyways, I was brainstorming ideas, so I just typed in like love letter doodles or like Valentine's Day postal mail doodles on Pinterest and Google, and I saw this little post box and I just thought it was adorable. So at first I was just gonna draw a post box and draw the monthly inside it, but I was like, what a great idea if I did a little cutout of a little mini post box and put the month inside it. Originally I was going to use craft paper, but then I looked in my scrap paper box bag type thing because I don't throw away anything, but I found this scrap piece of paper that fit this theme so perfectly, so I had to use it, and the soft pink rose vibes were just chef's kiss. I still wanted to use some brown craft paper in some way, shape, or form, so this roll of craft paper, sticker paper type thing is just perfect because it has like a grid and it also looks really nice with this color scheme I have here. I found mine off of Etsy, but you can probably also find it on AliExpress if you just type in craft paper sticker. So for this month's theme, I didn't do a whole lot of lettering, which is ironic because the theme is love letters, but I just thought the typewriter type look would look nicer, so I just used a bunch of these alphabet letter stamps. Now you'll see here that I have this little book that is made of sticker paper for the pages, and I used it to put the Vintage Rose Collection swatches, so then I can use the washi tape to see what they look like, as well as go back and use the washi from that page instead of pulling out all of the rolls in order to cut it out. I thought this little postcard washi was so perfect, so I just put it on a piece of paper and cut it out to pretend that it's like a little postcard that you can put in the mailbox. I think I'll use it a lot later on for any layering type spreads in my weeklies. So if you're wondering why I put this little slot so I can make the mini envelope and mini postcard to go in the slot, it's mostly just for aesthetic purposes. It's not very functional and necessary, but I just thought it would be a cute thing to do. Anyways, I already posted my cover page on Instagram, and someone drew inspiration from my little post box that opens and made a little Happy Mail version of this post box, and I just thought it was so adorable. It makes me so happy when people draw inspiration from my account and recreate or make some other items from things that I've posted and created, and it's just really overwhelmingly sweet because I draw a lot of inspiration from other accounts, so it's really nice to be the account that serves as inspiration for others, and it really motivates me to keep on going with my bullet journal and my creativity and all the stuff that I post on Instagram. For the month of January, my Instagram engagement wasn't that great, so it was kind of a little defeating. I mean, I'm sure a lot of other creators feel this way because you create something that you love and you think that other people will love as well, and then you post it and it just absolutely flops and no one sees your work. And I know that you shouldn't let numbers and engagement get to you, but it kind of does because it's like what motivates me and pushes me further to create this content and push out these spreads every week. And I know people are like, well, you should do it for yourself. And I was like, I do it for myself, but it's also nice if other people think my work is great too, right? So whenever I'm feeling a little down from social media, I just take a step back and stay off of social media for a little bit and try to avoid logging onto Instagram and Facebook and stuff all the time so that I'm not always seeing everything, because I just don't want to kind of be destructive towards myself, because then what happens is I end up comparing myself to others and I'm like, why is their post doing well but mine's not? Like, isn't my artwork just as good? And that is very not great. I don't know. Like, it's just very self-destructive, and I feel like this community should be a happy and positive one and we should support others, so I don't want to do that to myself. So I just take a step back and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do IG today. Anyways, that's just me venting. Like, each and every month is just such a fluctuation of engagement. Sometimes it's really great, sometimes it's not. I don't know the trick to hitting the Instagram algorithm. It sometimes just happens for me and sometimes it just doesn't at all. Although, one thing I have been seeing lately, my friend Mihaela from Bloom and Dot on Instagram posted this thing where if you save other people's posts, it leads to more engagement. So if you really love a creator, you should try saving their Instagram posts so that it helps generate more engagement for their posts and insights. All right, I am done venting about that, and we are a little late, and we're moving on to my monthly spread and my first weekly spread of February. My monthly spread doodles with the envelope and the little stamp is heavily inspired by Leela Journals. She did this amazing postal theme, I think back in June, and I've just been drawing tons of inspiration from her account. So you should definitely check it out on Instagram and YouTube as well, because her artwork and creations and doodles are just amazing. So for this one page weekly spread, I was actually just gonna do like a little layering portion with some scrapbooky type pieces, but then I was scouring Google and Pinterest for love letter doodles, and I saw this post box and I just thought it would be perfect. I haven't done a lot of drawing themes lately, so I thought that this month would be a good segue to try to do more drawing type themes again. Back to the monthly spread. So I originally was gonna draw this little stamp here on the bottom right corner, but I was having a lot of trouble doing the ridges and making it even, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use the stamp because it's just so much easier. And I wasn't gonna use that stamp drawing portion for a functional piece anyways, it's just more for the aesthetic layering portion, so that's why I used the stamp instead of drawing it out. The stamps that I'm using here are also from Notebook Therapy's Vintage Rose collection. It's just really great because it has little rose elements as well as post-it elements, so they go really well together, and I used a bunch of these stamps for this layout. After I finished these layouts, I did add some minor details as you can see in the paper and the mailbox. Alright, now we are moving on to our fitness tracker, and I know some of you guys are going to give me some side eye, especially if you listened to my 2022 bujo setup, because I went on this little rant where I said I'm not going to work out and go to the gym and I'm just going to stay home because I'm lazy. But I am getting married in October, so that's like 8 months from now, so it kind of motivated me to go back to the gym and work out again because I wanted to be more in shape and be a little bit more slim for the wedding. I wanted to note that I drew inspiration and recreated a spread from Viv from Monday Morning Design on Instagram. If you're looking for a neat and functional type bullet journal spreads, her account is just amazing because it has those two elements while also being totally aesthetic. Viv is taking a break and is on hiatus at the moment, and Viv, if you happen to be watching this, I miss you and I can't wait to see you come back and what content you bring when you do. If you're contemplating hiatus or taking a small break, I definitely recommend it and say please do, because it is so important to practice self-care and put your happiness first. Back in 2020, I went on a hiatus not once but twice because I was just feeling overwhelmed and I wasn't happy about creating bullet journal content anymore, and I felt really forced to just post each week just to post, and so I took those 2 breaks and it was just perfect. When I came back, I felt super recharged up with my creativity and my bullet journal content, and I haven't went on a hiatus since, so I felt like that was really necessary for my personal health. So yeah, bottom line, if you need to take a break, please do, because your mental health is just so important. Okay, moving on. So now I'm making my fitness tracker header for this spread, and the tracker header is inspired by Pretty Llama Plans. She makes amazing headers for all of her bullet journal spreads, and I am constantly in awe and inspired by her. So please check out her account to support her. Someone asked me in one of my comments of my other videos why I use these tweezers to stick down these stickers, and the reason why I do is because my nails are pretty long and it's really hard for me to peel the sticker off the backing, especially for pet tape, because it's just so thin, so it's just almost impossible to peel the sticker off without using the tweezers. Also, my hands are pretty oily, so if I peel off the backing of a sticker, especially for a clear sticker like pet tape, the print, like the fingerprint oil, gets on the sticker and it actually shows when you stick it down. So yeah, that's the reason why I use these tweezers. I bought them for like $1.25 off of AliExpress, and I highly recommend them. Okay, y'all, I was really mad at myself when I did these lines for this spread, because you might notice in the middle that there's a bunch of whiteout streaks and I had to redraw the line again. What had happened is that when I was drawing the lines, I thought I miscounted, so I put whiteout over it, and it turns out I did not miscount and I actually made a mistake. So I tried to peel the white off, the whiteout that I put down, and it did not come off, and now it looks kind of meh. So I was really upset with myself for making this mistake, but what can you do? now we are moving on to my week 3 weekly spread. So not week 2, because for week 2 I wanted to do a more layering type spread, and in this video I wanted to show you more of a drawing heavy type spread, so that's why I skipped that page. So for this weekly spread, I again drew tons of inspiration from Leela Journals. She had this great square type layout where the border had this like postal type border, and I just thought it would be perfect. She did do a layering portion on the left side, but I didn't want to do that, so I drew boxes for every day of the week. This weekly spread was just so tedious to do because there's just so many lines. Oh my gosh, I don't think I will ever do this type of spread ever again because I had to draw so many lines, and by the end of it I was like, okay, like that was a lot. I was basically drained from doing this spread after I finished it. In the bottom right corner of each square, I drew a little love letter doodle in each corner, and I also used some clear stamps, as you'll see later on, because I was too lazy to draw in every single one. Alright, so that is my weekly spread. It ended up looking really nice, but it was a lot of work. Anyways, I did do a quote page off camera because I filmed all of these spreads over the course of 3 different days, so that's why the lighting looks a little different too. And you may have noticed that I changed my nails in between one of those days. But yeah, so far I'm really loving doing this soft pink beige love letters type theme, and I absolutely love my cover page, so I hope you all did too. If you haven't started your February bujo spreads yet, I hope that this theme and these spreads can give you some ideas and inspiration. And if you haven't already, please comment, like, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!